Hey guys, really sorry to say this, but I've been in the hospital overnight. It's about 4 a.m. right now. I'm hooked up to a lot of scary looking machines, but I don't want you guys to worry.
Hi guys, how are you doing today? My name is Kidneyjay. The J stands for jerk because my kidneys are a pair of jerks. And you're thinking, KJ, sugar tits, who am I looking at? This is not your niche. Well, this is a young man, 36 years old, named Markiplier. And if you're a youngin', you might know him from his YouTube channel of the same name, where he mostly plays horror video games like Five Nights at Freddy's as well as Amnesia. But he's also known for being in the hospital a lot. And he actually has a whole playlist dedicated on his channel about his various hospital visits. And unfortunately, just a few days ago, Markiplier updated his Instagram with the photo you're seeing here of him in a hospital bed with the caption, "Chew your food, boys and girls." So why is Markiplier in the hospital? That's what everyone is asking. So I'm going to shed some light on that situation. But before I do get started, wrap a hospital gown, open at the back, of course, on that like button. Maybe set up an IV on my subscribe button if you are new, as well as I do have memberships down below. If you want to support my humble little channel that way, you can. So in 2013, Markiplier uploaded a video called Draw My Life, which was on Vogue in YouTube at the time. Creators would basically draw their life. And in that video, he mentioned some surgery that would basically alter the course of his life.
And I had this suspicious pain in my side that turned into extraordinary pain in my side. And this extraordinary pain plagued me for a bit until one day I woke up in so much pain that I had to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital where they told me that my appendix was about the size of a beach ball and needed to come out immediately. They also told me that I had a tumor the size of a fist in my adrenal gland and that needed to come out too.
So these surgeries took place in a time in Markiplier's life before he started YouTube. And luckily, he did recover fully from these surgeries. However, there may have been some damage or side effects done with these surgeries. You saw the clips from the beginning. That was 2015, where he suffered a small bowel obstruction. He would again suffer another small bowel obstruction in 2020. And let me just have him explain it.
Yesterday, I did have to get surgery done. I have what's called a small bowel obstruction, or I had. It was formed by scar tissue from my previous surgeries that I had before I started YouTube. I wanted you guys to know that I'm fine, and I saw all the messages. I spent most of my time lying in this bed.
So a small bowel obstruction, also known as an intestinal blockage or obstruction, is a mechanical or functional obstruction of the intestines that prevents the normal movement of the products of digestion. And the most common reason for an SBO, small bowel obstruction, is adhesions or scar tissue that form after abdominal surgeries. Fortunately, I'm no stranger to SBOs. This is me in the hospital rocking the same tube as Mark because of surgeries I had related to my kidney disease. Now, what is that tube, KJ? What the heck is it? So I'm going to let 2020 Markiplier explain the horrors of that tubage for you.
Also, my NG tube placement was very interesting. I'm not trying to call out anyone, because an NG tube is not fun. If you've ever had an NG tube, it is not a pleasant experience. What they do is they shove a tube that's maybe about a 1/4 inch thick through your nose, down the back of your throat and into your stomach, and it's apparently for putting things into your body and taking them out. When I was in the hospital this time, they did both, but the process by which is very, very painful. And they'll dose you up with morphine at first, but even so, just having someone crack the back of your sinuses to get this tube back there and then shove it down your throat is not fun.
And that brings us back to his IG post from a few days ago. Now, he doesn't have an NG tube in, but the fact that he says, "Chew your food, boys and girls," leads me to believe that he does have a blockage, which can be very dangerous.
Sure, if I was supposed to come in anyway, because I didn't know if it was going to be a problem. But they said they were glad I did, and this is how I know the bowel obstructions are extra dangerous, is because they said if I waited, that's usually how people die from bowel obstructions. I wasn't in any danger of dying because I came in way early. It's usually people that have these kinds of pain for bowel obstructions, and they wait like a day or 2 days just to go in. Like if you've got some weird stomach pain, go see a doctor. Like it's probably nothing, but it could also be your intestines exploding.
Which is true. You guys remember Simply Sarah YouTuber died earlier this year because of a bowel obstruction. Lisa Marie Presley died of a bowel obstruction following bariatric surgery. So like Markiplier said, if you have any funky, weird abdominal pain, get your butt to the ER. But especially if you noticed you haven't pooped in a while, paired with abdominal pain. If you noticed you haven't farted, that is another reason. And bringing it back to his Instagram post about chewing food. Not only should you chew your food thoroughly, but it's also important if you are susceptible to these bowel blockages about what type of food you eat. High fiber foods that are tough and stringy can get stuck in your bowel, as well as seeds, nuts, popcorn, whole grain. I know for me, it was coleslaw. Cabbage did your girl in. But anyways, we are wishing all the best to Markiplier. Hope he gets through this. I hope his bowel obstruction, if that's what it is, I'm pretty sure it is, resolves on its own. Thanks for watching this far. Bye now.